Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey, Scope fans. Episode 182. 182 of The Scope. And you can tell by our new theme music, Jared has transported us all into a Konami NES video cartridge from 1987. Konami.
It's sort of retro and future.
It's everything.
It's got some current EDM elements into it, but it's also got a little retro 8-bit chiptune sound to it. So.
Well, we love it, Jared. And our fans are going to love it too.
I was going to hold off, and I wasn't going to debut it until I got like an intro graphic sequence for the video part of it, but I thought, there's only like 10 people watching the video, so why wait?
And guess what?
Why wait?
We just put it together one piece at a time until we have the perfectly crafted Scope.
We'll get there eventually, right? We'll get there.
It's like we have a 1,000-piece puzzle of like a Jackson Pollock painting, and we're just slowly putting it together.
It's what they say about web design, Jared. Nowadays, you have to iterate.
You iterate.
You don't do everything all at once. You bring in pieces.
Are you
one
waterfall or agile?
I'm more of an agile guy.
All
Waterfall seems to get a lot of bad press.
It does.
But hey, I do what works.
I wish I had a development methodology in my work.
You just do
I'm
it.
just the only guy.
They're just Jared. Jared, you can do anything you want. You can waterfall it to yourself.
We don't
agile it to
we
yourself.
don't do a lot of web development. It's all mostly in-house products, which are very few. So,
well, there you have it. Well, if you've noticed, after a 3-week absence, Adam is back. We missed you, Adam. It was a long delay.
Yeah, it felt like it's me too. If I had listened to those episodes, I could probably have some witty retort about something that happened on them. But
I don't think we hammered you
some
too
sort
hard.
of rejoinder.
Yeah,
I just like that word.
Were we mean to him, Jared?
No, we were. There was just more speculation that he might be doing a walkabout or I don't know, some sort of strange finding himself adventure.
His once annual adventure for self-discovery.
Yeah.
Clearly that did not happen.
no. What did happen was something much more important.
Yes. And Adam doing some sort of strange bit here. You can see I'm not wearing glasses. Adam is wearing glasses.
Forrest Gump is here hosting the show.
There we go. That did you listen to any of the Convergence coverage?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next show.
Okay, yeah, we've got all sorts. A
Yeah.
lot.
Look, we're not doing anything this episode. Everything's coming in the next
Pretty
episode.
much. This episode is teasing for episode 183.
Just 30 minutes of teasing. We're gonna edge. We're gonna edge all the way there.
That's how I do it too.
That's right. So I'm not wearing glasses. Adam, you can take off those glasses.
I thought we were gonna have like a big reveal.
There's no reveal.
I thought you were like a real showman. It turns out you're not.
Jared's giving me a look like, yeah.
I'm just happy that I was getting to the point where I'm like, I really should like get glasses. Because I feel left out here. I'm the one guy who doesn't have glasses.
Well, this is I thought
But
about.
now we're all the same.
I thought about this
Guys,
morning.
we're same.
We are the same.
Same.
We are same.
Same.
Gotcha.
We're all heteronormative white males in America.
Yeah, Adam and I.
That was my Arrested Development reference, by the way.
It's a good one. On Young. So yes, in our break, Adam and I both got laser surgery. We will talk about that in the next episode as well. But
Yep.
that's the one thing I was going to ask you. Do we have laser beams? We got that. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Sound effects are great. But we knew that since we're always very timely with the Scope, so news always comes first. We knew that we would have an issue with glassesless Adam and Shane, so it had to be explained somewhere.
I think the news is going to lose some punch because with the glasses on, Adam was like, he commanded authority. He looked professorial.
I mean, the bigger issue
academic.
is I can't read it. I can't read the news.
Yeah.
I chickened out and did not get LASIK.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So
You didn't have like a small LCD implanted in your eyeball, so the news just right there on your retina?
No, I'm wearing I'm wearing an invisible Google Glass right now though, so it's okay.
Sexy. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I was thinking about this. If we were to ever do some sort of graphic that represented the three of us, in some sort of graphical form, like our heads glasses was a distinguishing feature for us. And now, what do?
I don't know.
Three guys.
I mean, we all have a
You
lot
can't
of
go
similar...
abstract anymore.
You can't.
No.
I mean, you both wear a shaggy beard often.
Yep.
You both part your hair on the same side.
Yep. I think that's just the natural side that hair parts on always.
I
Always.
I'm no genetic master of hair follicles, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but you've watched enough Full House to see that full head of hair that Stamos has, and you could do some scientific discovery just through that.
Have mercy. So anyway, we will get into all of that stuff next show. But this show, gentlemen, we're getting back on track with the beloved Scope News segment.
Who did the news while I was out?
I did the news, and I didn't feel right.
He didn't. He was a little sick. He was,
I
holding
felt-
back vomiting the whole time.
I like to comment on news. I don't like to read it. You do a great job, Adam, of...
Oh, look, my absence made your heart grow fonder.
It does.
That's excellent.
And it does, and you will never, ever miss another show because of it.
I think the big problem is Shane tried to interrupt himself too much, and
Yeah,
it just
like,
didn't work.
It ends
Didn't
up
work
being
out.
very, very schizophrenic.
Did you have a good Adam is being interrupted face? Because I've mastered that. I don't know if you if yours is that good.
Yeah, it's like sort of like a pained Taco Bell fart. That's sort of the face that I make.
Yeah, that's
Bitches.
That's really good, actually.
Yes, thank you.
It's a good start, anyway.
So indeed, we are all back. We are doing the news. We are doing Scope 1, episode 182. I will do my very best to not fall and flip over my own tongue, stutter,
Do you have
stammer.
do you have laser work on that too?
I did.
Okay.
So it'll
It's a
be
little numb, a little swollen.
it'll be a little dicey.
Please bear with him.
I'll have to put drops on my tongue to keep it from the
wanna see
inflammation. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back with Jared, Adam, and myself with more Scope right after this.
This is the Fump.
There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. Download them for $1 in nothing flat. Whatever you need, you know it's guaranteed. There's an app for that. There's an app for that.
Joker Black Mask and the Penguin, Batman Arkham Origins. Oh hey look, prequel time again. It's not exactly Batman Begins. Joker Black Mask and the Penguin, Batman Arkham Origins. What to see did you suppose? How they've taken off their clothes. I want to see some of those. Let's watch ladies decompose. There's swinging music playing, there's stripping and decaying. If you know what I'm saying, it's Satan's burlesque.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Salty foods, almost paradise.
Down, officer down.
What happened?
Officer down, officer down.
My name is Officer Down of the Special Police. You're all under molest.
Under the scope.
Jared, Adam, and myself, Shane, back with a little bit of Scope magic. And that magic is something we call news? Adam reluctantly agreeable to that.
Yeah. That's my new thing. I'm just agreeing with everyone.
Every once in a while, I come across the old original stingers for news reviews and coming soon that had your voice on it, but pitched down.
Are you going to play it for us, or
No,
are you just
no.
going to tease it?
No,
Okay.
I could try to dig it out.
Yeah, dig it up.
Go ahead.
All right.
Adam, what's our first story for today?
It's movie related.
Well, that's something we're experts at.
It's true. Disney has set Marvel's release dates through 2019.
Scope. News.
That was you? That wasn't some macho robot? That was actually Shane?
That's pretty good.
Under the scope. News.
Did we ever use that?
Like for like 2 shows, and
Yeah.
the Shade's like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because I say it and then I say it again.
Yeah, because it's me doing all the talking.
So we quickly changed it.
Interesting.
Right.
Adam very fascinated by the process. We peel back the curtains, and Adam is in awe.
I mean, I missed most of those episodes back then when I was on the road.
You
so-
were gone a lot.
Right, when you were a touring comic.
Exactly.
Opening for Carrot Top.
Hey, it paid well. You gotta, whatever pays the bills. All right, so Marvel now has release dates through 2019.
Yes, indeed, they do.
They say they have things planned out through 2028, but not necessarily dates on these. They haven't necessarily even given the movies.
Yeah.
They have just said, hey, here's some additional 5 additional dates. We will have movies coming out.
These
on
are
these days.
our dates.
So here's what we've got.
I feel like they're just holding off because Comic-Con is next weekend.
I've
coming
bet
weekend.
at least one of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've got 2 of them in 2017.
Sure.
This is in addition to the existing untitled 2017 movie. So now
Yes.
we're up to 3. So we already had May 5th, 2017.
Okay.
Now we have July 28th and November 3rd, 2017. So we've got 2 summers and a fall. We've got 2 2018s in there. July 6th and November 2nd.
I feel like we need calculator sound effects on this. There's a lot of things going on.
And now
here.
we have one all the way out to 2019, May 3rd.
Oh my
2019. They say we have something in place here. This is in addition to the Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is next May 2015. Ant-Man, July 17th, 2015. Captain America 3, May 6th, 2016, and then 2 untitled movies right now.
Thor 3 has to be in there
Thor
somewhere.
3. So
and Doctor Strange, perhaps.
what do we think? Like, the order probably matters a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we get Avengers 4 or Avengers 3 until we get another Thor movie, another Captain America movie.
Perhaps.
But who knows? Maybe they all die in Age of Ultron.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that you have a lack of Avenger-focused movies. So, I mean, the key players being Iron Man and I think those are your marquee titles, right? Iron Man, Avengers. So I'm curious if one of the reasons why they're holding off telling you about these movies is because they don't know what the situation will be with Iron Man.
Sure.
And Robert Downey Jr. Maybe he'll be out after Avengers 3.
Chris Evans, how long is he contracted for?
I thought he was contracted up until
I don't know.
Avengers 3 as well. So I thought it was
Okay.
I thought it was 3 Captain Americas, 3 Avengers. I may be wrong, but let's say that's correct.
But Robert Downey Jr. is not contracted for that third Avengers?
I think he is.
Okay.
Yes, I think the Avengers
no more
2
Iron
and
Mans
3.
right
That's all he's contracted for right now.
So we probably won't see another Iron Man in the interim,
Unless you get a special Comic-Con announcement where they say we've got him for another Iron Man movie.
Yeah, it's going to cost us $50 million,
but we will do it.
Yeah.
We got him.
So, in there, you mentioned Doctor Strange. That's got to be one of those. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, if this one does well.
Well, Doctor Strange has already got a director and writer.
Yes.
So that's definitely
It just
coming.
doesn't have a date right now. So, but yes. There are, I guess it's not rumors, the Inhumans is going to be one of these eventually. So that's maybe
it's
one
sort
of those.
Marvel proper's way of getting sort of mutant-like characters in there.
Yeah. You've got Black Panther was another major rumored character.
A Planet Hulk.
I think that would be a great movie, by the way. If you're going to do a Hulk movie, that's not a bad way to do it.
It's an interesting way of sort of transforming Hulk into a character who can be a lead in a film and successfully.
Sure.
And it can be kind of a standalone story that doesn't necessarily, it can connect to other things, but it doesn't necessarily need to. It can stand on its own.
I mean, you could make Hulk go loopy.
Yeah.
In Avengers 2, blast him out of the planet, and then there you go. You've got a perfect setup for Hulk or Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk. Yeah.
And, then things get real interesting.
Yep. There have been rumors about a Black Widow standalone movie.
Sure.
We haven't had any female lead.
I think it's time for a female-led movie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, that ties in really well.
What about
Shane.
Captain Marvel?
Captain S. Marvel, you mean?
Whatever.
Huh?
I don't know.
He's trying to feminize the word.
I gotcha.
Like doctors, if you have a lady doctor, it's Dr. S.
I did not know that.
It's not.
No.
So speaking
Stop
of a
playing
female,
mind games with me.
a female
my
lead,
vision is blurry.
What if it was Thor?
Oh,
and what if Thor was a lady?
Sure.
Because this week Marvel announced no more white people in the Marvel universe.
Done.
Basically,
Scarlet Witch says no more white people, just like she said no more mutants a few years back. White people are gone.
What was that? House of M? Was that,
yes, House of M. Yeah.
No,
Jared doesn't know what that is.
I meant no more white males. That's what
Gotcha.
Marvel said.
Okay.
Because now we have the introduction of a female Thor and a black Captain America.
Okay.
And hey, let me tell you something. If you want some measured response to effectively cartoon characters being, recast, go read the internet comments.
Oh my God.
Is there? Do I just go to internetcomments.com?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually .net.
It's like they couldn't get the .com, huh?
Adam's owning that, and he is waiting for someone to buy it from him.
Now I'm curious if there's an internetcomments.com. Go ahead, Ed.
So this was an interesting,
News.
way to debut or to announce this.
Yeah. It was a very strange marketing plan on
the way
Marvel's
the
part.
Thor one rolled out. Well, because they announced it on The View.
Even the Colbert one as well was just, it's like alternative television programming. Let's put it out there. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So I posted something about this on Facebook, and I'll kind of talk about it here briefly. I think this is a calculated move on Marvel's part.
I think you might be right.
And what this to me says that they are announcing these changes in the comic books, but they're doing it on TV shows, which has a chance to reach the movie viewing audience.
Oh, sure.
And it's sort of saying, look, we do this all the time in comics. We change characters, so don't be surprised when Captain America is played by somebody else in the movies in the future, or Thor is recast, or anyone. This is a de rigueur in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what that means. I think Jared was having a stroke.
Yeah. I don't think that's all strokes.
Yesterday, I tried really
Sort of
hard
like it.
to. What's the French word for not hors d'oeuvres? The other one for bouge bouge.
Foie gras.
You know that,
I
word,
know,
that word?
No, I don't know.
It means
French.
like I don't know. Anyway.
I think Jared might be onto something.
It's
that's a good theory, isn't it, Adam?
It's. I was gonna say cynical, but it's not because it's realistic. And yes, I mean this was within 2 days. You had 2 announcements on not comic book. Well, I guess you could argue that Colbert Show is.
It could just be an attempt to reach a non-comic audience, saying, "Look, we're being more inclusive.
Yep.
We're changing some characters to be different ethnicities, different genders. Come on, have a look. If you were concerned that there wasn't enough representation in comics, we're trying. Come check us out."
Or it could just be an issue or a play of, we're going to put this out there on something that's completely different from what we've ever done, so more people are going to talk about it when we do.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of people are saying, with The View, what's up with that? And then that sort of sets the internet on fire a little bit. Like, this must be something really special. And there's a lot of speculation 2 days before that, at least in the circles that we travel.
Well, and comic books have this issue where the movies do amazing, but comic books themselves are not growing.
Just a gateway into movies. I mean, they're sort of the playground that establishes the storylines that then are transformed into movie scripts or television scripts.
Right. And it's not like these are necessarily new developments in the comic book world. Like Jared mentioned, they change who is what hero all the time.
There's been a female Thor already. I mean, it's not like
there's been a black Captain America already.
The first Captain America was a black guy, so
I mean, these are characters that are easily changed, simply because of how they are. I mean, Captain America is, like you said, he's changed before. Captain America is sort of the institution; it's not the person.
Yep.
So you can put a different person in there, and it's fine. And Thor is whoever is worthy enough to wield Mjolnir is Thor. So, and you got a mechanism for changing it right there.
Exactly.
Other characters you can't do as easily, but you can change Iron Man too.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And
can't really change Hulk.
Yeah. I'm sure that just about every character in the Marvel Universe has been, played by somebody else. The Hulk has been someone else. Spider-Man has been
right now
has been a different character or a different person beyond Peter Parker. It's not unusual.
Yeah. And with Hulk, you have built-in other colors, other gamma ray. That effectively changes him into a different character.
But I think Jared might be onto something. I think that's putting it out there that the Marvel Universe is
Changeable.
Adjustable. It's malleable. And if
is it a fuck you to actors? Hey, we don't even need you in movies anymore.
That's seriously though. I mean, without being too cynical about it, to put too fine a point on it, Adam, that might be something where, hey,
you're calling out
Chris Evans doesn't want to play.
Fuck you, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. The thing though is that in the Marvel Universe, the characters that embody Captain America, like Steve Rogers or Peter Parker, eventually, it always comes back to them. So what the Marvel movies will have to do is if they change to the Falcon playing Captain America, at some point Steve Rogers will have to come back and take the mantle. That's just the way the Marvel Universe works. And maybe if they do that, they just bring a different actor in. If it's 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, and then that's the way they transition to different actors and get them on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
All right. How about this for a news story? I don't know if this is news. Is there like a term for old news? Olds?
Well, old as in it's about geriatric people?
About a 30-year-old story, but it's just coming out now.
Well, this sounds fascinating.
Did you know that it's the 30-year anniversary of The Terminator?
As in the Arnold Schwarzenegger film?
The Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Terminator.
James Cameron film?
Entertainment Weekly did an oral history on it, and there was a story that I'd never heard before about O.J. Simpson almost being cast to play the Terminator.
Wow, I haven't read the issue of.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, those oral histories can usually be pretty fascinating stories.
Orion Pictures proposed the retired NFL superstar as the lethal killing machine from the future. Orion chief Michael Medavoy came to producer Gail Hurd and James Cameron and said, "Are you sitting down? I want O.J. Simpson for the Terminator." Gail and James Cameron looked at each other and thought, "You've got to be fucking kidding me! How do we get out of this?"
Yeah.
So it goes kind of back and forth. The Orion Pictures chief kind of saying, "Yeah, there was that Hertz commercial where O.J. Simpson's like athletic and like jumping over counters and stuff." And he's like, "That's who I want." But James Cameron has like a really good response, and he was like,
I hate black people.
"Yeah." He said, frankly, I wasn't interested in an African American man chasing around a white girl with a knife."
In what was it, 1984?
In 1984.
That's probably
What was her
a
name?
fair
Linda
assessment.
Hamilton?
Yes.
You mean James
Sarah-
Cameron's wife?
Yeah,
At the
former
time?
wife.
Former
Yeah.
wife?
Sarah Connor was the character.
Sarah Connor, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. I mean, it's not even fun to joke about that stuff.
But the best part is at the end, it goes, Cameron laughs when considering the irony. Quote, "We might have reconsidered after he killed his wife."
Wow.
What? You mean allegedly?
Yeah. Well, I think he's convicted in the eyes of James Cameron.
Yeah. So, anyway, next up, speaking of football players.
By the way, sidebar, I just purchased internetcomments.com. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. but
Wow.
I now own
It
it.
didn't even need a hyphen or a
Nope.
.biz?
It was open, completely open.
How about .com, like DOT?
That's gone.
Oh,
Yeah, that's long gone.
That's going to be our next show, by the way. We're just going to be looking for open URLs.
I think internetcomments.com is a good URL if you can do
just
something
have a
with
Tumblr and just do screenshots
Yeah.
of the best comments.
it. I would probably do something just like that.
Done.
But
Guys,
that
we're way ahead of our time.
I want to know your business plan for making money on this.
I
All
know.
right.
There
Anyway,
isn't one.
speaking of football,
I will just continuously renew it and not do anything for it for the coming years.
Write it up, Jared, during the show. You got nothing better to do.
did you guys know Thursday Night Football is going to be on not the NFL Network only
heard
this
that.
year?
CBS, baby.
It's going to be on CBS,
got
the
a lot of-
Columbia Broadcasting
a
Network.
lot of scheduling implications.
It does. So they had, they were the TSAs, not TSAs. What's the thing that was going on this week?
What? Comic-Con? San Diego Comic-Con?
No. There's the TV industry. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Les Moonves was there, and he was
The upfronts.
The
No, it's not.
upfronts.
Is it the
No.
upfronts?
Sure,
No, that happened
whatever.
already.
He was talking about what
Some
you're
press
going to
conference,
see,
Jared.
Yeah, I know.
what you're not going to see, and what you might see
Yes.
or hear.
Go ahead.
So he talked big about having football stars on their scripted television shows.
That's going to be a big thing, huh?
It's just
Wow.
synergy.
If they can get O.J. Simpson to play a killer robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see players,
did not do
coaches, even potentially owners who are not camera shy starring in some of our
So
TV
Jerry
shows.
Jones will be in every episode of CSI possible.
It's gonna be tight, y'all.
Ooh.
What?
I don't know.
I mean,
What's he doing here?
It works fine
Cleveland.
on a show like The League.
Yeah.
But I don't, whatever. I don't really watch enough CBS to have any fair comments about it. All right, so that's what you will see. What won't you see?
You won't see.
3D football.
Okay.
They're not doing anything with 3D camera technology for the.
Is anyone right now?
Is that
Was
that
that
a
an
talk?
NFL Network thing that they were doing 3D?
I think CBS has a CBS Sports 3D channel on some providers.
Okay.
So that's why
Well,
it had
I
been
don't need it. Done.
All right.
Next.
Can we just submit 3D TV's a bust?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it's absolutely
Here,
a
here.
bust. It's a waste.
We close the book on it here on the
Done.
scope.
Next.
What
Move on,
you
industry. Now you
may-
can shove 4K down our
10
throats.
viewers, unite and tell the powers to be. That be.
Too much to do.
So
Two,
something
no
you
time for 3D.
may or may not hear.
Go ahead.
The term Redskins.
Oh yeah, I read that they were gonna leave it up to the announcers.
Leaving
each.
it up
Where
to
do
the
you
announcers.
where do you stand on that, Adam?
Where do I stand on what?
On the name of the Washington football team.
I wish that they would just change it already to.
But
so
will
we
you
can
will you
stop.
utter the word?
I just did.
Okay. Jared, would you utter it?
I try not to.
He tries not to.
I mean, I have a TV shirt, a white guilt TV shirt.
He's got a
T-shirt.
TV shirt,
I
Jared.
did say TV shirt, right? I have a.
I'll make a note to myself. Jared, why don't
TV
you
shirt.
see if you can find tvshirt.com.
Okay.
See if
I'll
it's
look it up.
open.
I'll look it up.
I have a T-shirt that I wore to last year's game.
I'm going
that,
to use
refers
I'm
to
going to
it.
use hover.com to look for this domain. Hint hover.com. You should sponsor our show.
All right.
Go ahead. TV shirt.
So anyway, yes, Shane, as you said, CBS, the NFL, they don't care. They are leaving it up to the announcers. Some announcers have said they won't say the term Redskins anymore.
I like how you say Redskins, like it's something out of Gone with the Wind, you know?
I'm saying
Rhett Butler.
RH.
Rhett. It's like RHET.
Just trying to add more gravitas to their name.
Neither TV shirts nor TV-shirts.com are available. The .nets are available.
According to what website?
Hover.com.
Okay, good to know.
Your internet domain registry of choice. Go there now. Hover.com.
That's hover.com.
Any other?
Do they have Redskins.com?
Ooh, like
RHET skins.
What? RETT?
Who knows?
RHET skins.
Let's not.
Are you going to talk about some of the programming changes that are going to happen because of Thursday Night Football? There's a big one.
Okay, tell me about
that.
it.
That is the shifting of...
Redskins.com is available.
What a shocker. Your friends from The Big Bang Theory will be shifted to Monday nights. He just did a spit take.
Now I got a CG and a spit take. God damn it.
Which I'm telling you, Adam, I know you don't like the show. I know Jared does not like the show.
It's going to mess up Monday nights for other shows.
But that is a very big deal in the world of television broadcasting.
It's as terrible as it is, it's like the number one sitcom out
it's
there.
huge. It just gets bigger every year.
Maybe not number one, but it's up there.
2.5 Men? Is that what you said? Or Big Bang?
No, I think Big Bang Theory is the number one sitcom.
Better than 2.5 Men? Is 2.5 Men fallen off?
I think 2.5 Men has fallen off.
This is our last season.
Yeah.
Gay adoption.
God, I better tune in.
Gay adoption. This season on 2.5 Men.
I got to isolate that one.
It's true.
Please. Make a note, Jared.
26 minutes in, isolate gay adoption. Got it.
I'm going to write that down, too, in case Jared forgets it.
All right. Do you want to talk any more about CBS's schedule change?
I've had enough.
Okay. Video games.
Yes.
There was a big thing happened in June.
Really?
As far as video games are concerned.
Please tell me.
We talked about it. Microsoft dropped the
yes.
Kinect as a requirement for the Xbox.
Yes.
And in doing so, dropped the price of the Xbox by $100.
Yes, they did.
They did this because sales were awful in May. Maybe 7 units sold.
That's it, Jared. 7 units.
Yeah. So
that's it, isn't it?
It is.
The June
7 units, Britt.
The June numbers.
We need more units.
From the NPD group came out on video game console and video game software sales.
And Adam just sits by his computer. He waits for these numbers.
I do.
Because that's what he does for the show.
I hit F5.
Yeah,
like
refresh. He's like trying to get Steely Dan tickets.
The thing with this group's numbers, they don't announce.
My favorite part is every time I play the timpani to like make a dramatic reveal, you guys just talk right over it.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly Adam. He just keeps going.
All right.
This show is mostly us talking over sound effects and each other.
Not as many sound effects as before, as a listener has pointed out. We'll get to that later.
Not enough. So the thing with... okay. PlayStation 4 won again.
I still don't have a fanfare. God damn it.
Yeah, so it's a little bit on you, Jared.
I know.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it work.
How about this? Tiffany and then laser beam sound.
Oh, God, they're on different pages. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Adam. Try again.
Sony's PlayStation 4 won again.
I can't stop the timpani. It's on a different page.
Just keep it in the laser beam.
All right. The problem with this,
you get three
these
shots
numbers,
with that clip.
NPD doesn't release the actual numbers to the public.
It's a bit of a scam, isn't it?
Yes. Who knows if they're even real? But they tell Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, they tell them the numbers.
Yeah.
And then those companies all have their own way of spinning them. So Microsoft said in June they had double the number of sales that May had, but that could have been
14.
From 7 to 14 exactly. But Sony came out and said that they had won again, so nobody knows how many units they shipped or whatever. But
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that it's fairly likely that neither system is selling very well right now because there's just not a lot to buy for it.
Right. I would agree with you. But they, as of about 4 months after the releases of both of those, both of the systems, they were the top selling, within 4 months ever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were beating the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 at the time. The Wii U saw a sales jump. Also, Mario Kart 8 came out, so that helped.
It's a fun game, but it's still Mario Kart.
Yeah. But it was a
system seller, though, huh?
233% jump over the prior June.
Yeah,
so
well, they were selling nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, seriously.
That was from 1 to 4 units. 3DS sales were up.
Out on that.
In a few shows, I'm going to talk a lot about the Nintendo, Sony, maybe a little Microsoft dynamic because of one of the books I've read, and Nintendo is a mismanaged company. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, wow.
Have you just quickly? So Microsoft is in the process of laying off.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Are you going to
people.
talk about that, Adam? How that ties into
It
this?
doesn't tie into Xbox
It
at
does
all.
a little bit.
It does a little bit.
They
Adam.
shut down like their content division or something.
They were looking at becoming like Netflix, but it doesn't shut down their actual filmmaking group. They're still
Right.
making the Halo movie show thing. They're still making that Steven Spielberg produced thing.
Isn't that the Halo thing?
No, oh yeah, you're right. The other
There's,
thing.
they're making
there's, a
one
doc-
thing.
there's a documentary series that they're doing that the first thing they covered was the Atari cartridge burial recovery. So that's one other thing that they're doing. But don't you find it interesting, Adam, that Microsoft has systematically walked back from almost everything that they announced, prior to E3 2013, where they've kind of become a standard video game console producer again. It's everything about
Counselor.
everything about them, trying to do something new and unique has utterly been washed away to now we're just a game maker.
Yep.
And we produce some content. It's functionally, it's almost the same thing as the Xbox 360 in a lot of ways.
Well, or I mean, arguably less.
Maybe less, yeah.
Especially the last couple years of the 360, it was doing well. I think it had been, at least in North America, the top seller. But you never talk to anyone that was like, I love the ads on the dashboard.
Yeah.
I love that you have to like scroll away from the main screen to actually get to your games.
Guys, I got a reverse mortgage, and I never would have known about the possibility of that without the ads on the dashboard.
So I mean, this generation, it provided effectively a reset. There was no, backwards compatibility, and I think some of that frustration is showing now.
Backwards compatibility has been an issue since the original Nintendo Entertainment System, and it has been something that has dogged every single video game company since that point, especially the companies that were in the lead and then with their new system decided not to have backwards compatibility.
I feel like backwards compatibility is overrated.
I agree.
It is, but
It's a perception problem.
It's a psychological barrier
Yeah.
that's very difficult to overcome.
You can keep your old system.
Yeah.
It's okay.
People don't want to feel like they're getting a bad deal, though. I wonder how different the fate of Microsoft and the Xbox division would be if they just would have played it a little cooler
Yeah.
at that press conference in May when they unleashed the Xbox One and just didn't have anything to do with digital rights management. They didn't say anything about always on.
Yeah.
If they could have got the price maybe $50 less, $50 more than the PlayStation 4, I think that we might be having a different conversation today.
Sure.
I really do. I think that was it was just too many things that were on top of each other that pushed them down into the abyss, and Sony took advantage of it, and that may dog them for this entire generation. I don't know how they come back from that.
Has there been any reporting on what Sony might have been planning had they not seen Microsoft's presentation and decided to change? Like, were they planning anything similar at all? And they decided, like, okay, we have an opportunity here. Let's scale back. Let's be completely open and transparent about this stuff.
All reports were saying that it was the third-party software developers or publishers that were pushing both manufacturers to have DRM in there. And from everything I've seen, both of them had agreed to it.
And
then after Microsoft's just shit show, and Sony saw what came from that, they completely reversed course on it.
But the irony at the time was that Sony didn't completely back away from that digital rights management. It was still there. It's still there. I mean, they pretty much left it up to the discretion of the third party software people.
Right.
And the other thing was
they knew how to spin it.
Yeah, they spun it. And the other thing is that I read that Sony was going to release the PlayStation 4 with their camera, and that the system would be more expensive.
Yeah.
Whether that be $50 more or $100 more, they were going to include that because Sony, just like Microsoft, knows that if you are going to have other companies making video games that use that, you have to have that included because that's the only way people are guaranteed to take a look at that software.
Yep. Yeah.
It just is. I mean, so I don't know. I think that the Kinect is going to end up being a fairly neutered product. I think it'll be exactly the way the Kinect 1 was. You'll have some great games from Harmonix. You might have one or two other companies that do something, but every other video game company will stay away from it.
Yeah.
Except maybe first-party Microsoft stuff. And even then, I mean, the Kinect is like kryptonite. I mean, just saying the word is like a travesty.
The Xbox One has been out for 9 months now.
Yeah.
What Kinect games are there?
There's a Kinect sports game, and that is
it. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that comes out next month.
And they've got Harmonix is coming out with their Dance Central, which is a really good idea. It's already there. You can do that.
Yep.
And they've got Fantasia, which I will definitely buy that game. But beyond that, there's nothing. There's nothing of note.
I mean, there were also a lot of rumors that said that Microsoft thought Sony wouldn't be ready with the PS4 until 2014, and that they had to tie them. They wanted to release around the same time, and that extra year of development maybe would have helped have better software in place or whatever. So yeah, so I mean, I would say it's hard for them to come back from it right now.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to have some major. You need to have a game. That's going to change. Going to change the standard, and I don't know if they have anything in the works. And Halo is very, very popular, but I don't know if it's new or inventive enough to be something that's going to bring people over. I don't know.
Yep.
Don't know.
A couple more video game things. Are you guys watching The International?
No.
TI4?
I don't even know what that is.
This is... Okay, I'll take a step back. What is the most popular PC video game played online today?
Tetris.
League of Legends?
League of Legends. What is League of Legends, Shane?
It is something to do with very famous old people get together and they go bowling.
League of Legends,
correct,
is a
Winston Churchill versus George Washington.
League of Legends is a MOBA.
I don't even know what that is.
I forget what. I
don't know what that is.
Massively online
biometric
battle attack.
Exactly. So the 1B to League of Legends 1A is Dota 2, which is Valve's MOBA.
Do they shoot laser beams in those games?
Some of the characters may shoot laser beams. Just crickets.
Do they shoot laser beams, I say?
Wow, I'm doing stuff.
Anyway, the International is a tournament held by Valve, where people play this game. It is the number one streamed thing on the internet.
People love it, is what you're saying.
It's bizarre.
Not just video games, not streaming, but
it's
streaming altogether.
Number one video game stream thing this past week. I would suggest everyone check it out. It's weird. I don't understand the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an RTS, like Warcraft, old Warcraft or StarCraft. It's kind of like an action Diablo. Mixed together, but it's neither of those. Oh, it's also kind of like tower defense. In any event, Valve signed a deal with ESPN to show some of this on ESPN3, their streaming service that also goes to boxes and stuff. And we'll show a preview of the tournament's final round on ESPN2 this Sunday.
Wow.
Tonight. It's happened.
Yesterday.
Last night.
The wizard is real.
We finally made it.
We made it. Fred Savage is gonna.
It's hard to ignore with how popular, video game content is on Twitch and YouTube.
There was a fantastic story on the Brian Gumbel Sports show on HBO, and it was essentially a debate: is online competitive video gaming a sport? And obviously, a lot.
What did Michael Strahan have to say about
Strahan's not on that show, so but Brian Gumbel was a little. He was dubious, I guess. He was hesitant to go that far. But the woman that covered it, I cannot remember her name, but she was like, you know what? These guys have to do things that the average person can't do in terms of, mouse clicks and movements and things like that.
Oh, and they train all the time.
Which it is you do train for it. So, who's to argue that it isn't a sport? I mean, car racing is a sport.
Car racing is a sport. Is chess a sport?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it a sport?
I don't know.
There's competitions, but
and
I think
it's how you define what sport is. Yeah. That's the issue. But who's to say nowadays?
When Dota 2 is in the Olympics, then people will flip their shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever try out
Hearthstone? The South
Koreans. Do I what?
Did you ever try Hearthstone? Either one of you?
I did, and I was completely turned off right away. Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
You didn't like it.
A lot of people love it. I was just like, I don't want to do this.
I still love that you're one of the people who calls it Hearthstone.
Is it Hearthstone?
It's not a Hearthstone.
I mean, hearth is a real word. Hearth isn't a word.
I know.
It's Hearth Rent-A-Car.
Was that the one with OJ?
Yeah.
Or was that? Yeah.
This hurts. Yeah.
Right.
Well, Blizzard announced the first expansion for this game. It will cost money. And
there it is.
People are very excited about it. Well, they've already had a
sure,
money thing in the game to buy packs of cards.
This is unfortunately this is the new model of gaming.
And it
casual
sucks.
gaming.
I'm okay with this. It will cost $20 if you. This is a game that I've spent probably 50 hours playing, and I've put $0 into it. So there's two options though.
Please tell me.
You can buy. There's 5 wings basically in this, and you can you get the first one for free, and then the remaining 4 each cost $7 individually or $20 as a pack. So you'd buy it as a pack, or
Would you?
you can, as you play this game, you get gold, and you can use that gold to buy packs, or you can save it up and use that gold to
Open a wing.
to buy these wings. So you can do it for free if you put a little bit of time
Jamaican
into it.
jerk.
Jamaican me crazy.
That's one of the wings, Jared. Jamaican jerk.
July 22nd.
I say Jamaican jerk.
July 22nd, this comes out. Finally.
Spicy barbecue.
Finally.
Finally, we made it.
About time.
What is...
Run along.
How do Republicans defend slavery? What's the 2-word saying that they are known to use?
Ooh, boy.
Someone's rights. Rights is the second word.
States' rights.
States' rights. States' rights.
Fucking states' rights.
States' rights.
What if I told you that a congresswoman
This whole thing where
From Tennessee.
any powers not explicitly detailed in the Constitution as
Up to the
federal
states.
are automatically states.
Thank you, Jared.
They like
States'
to use
rights.
states' rights to defend a lot of terrible things.
Well, what if I told you that Marsha Blackburn, Republican congresswoman from Tennessee, is
Tennessee?
using the states' rights? That's good, Mr. Wendell. Thoughts on that
Take
too?
me to another-
She's using the states' rights in order to protect ISPs, a group that I think we can say needs defending.
They definitely do.
From local municipal competition. So this is a thing where a lot of cities want to build their own infrastructure, their own internet infrastructure,
Sure.
fiber. Maybe it's the local power company or whatever the case is, and they want to offer it as a competition to Comcast or Time Warner.
Thank God.
Well, Marsha Blackburn says that's not okay. The Federal
course not.
Communications Commission should not be able to interfere with states' rights to protect private internet service providers from having to compete against municipal broadband. So we're talking about.
Oh my God.
So
we
does-
could do a whole show about this right now.
I thought
it
they
makes my
loved-
blood boil.
I thought they loved the free market.
Right? Yeah.
But
this
is it because it's public versus private?
Yes.
And
I mean,
that the public utility is going to be subsidized in some way by tax dollars. So
Sure.
therefore
Or
it's
she's
not-
getting huge kickbacks.
Well, yeah,
from,
yeah.
what?
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the logical reason why.
I'd like to
she's
know how
defending
much
it.
she's getting paid.
Well,
Campaign contributions.
20 states have already passed laws making it difficult for cities and towns to offer their own broadband internet services.
Our state's probably one of them, for all I know.
I don't think it is. And FCC Chairman Tom, that's why Minneapolis has its own
Gotcha.
Wi-Fi. And FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler has pledged to use his agency's authority to preempt additional state laws that ban competition from community broadband. So that's good, right?
Sure.
Well,
What's the catch?
He may get a chance to make good on that promise soon. The EPB, a community-owned electric utility in Chattanooga, Tennessee,
A lot of
said
things happening in
it is
Tennessee.
considering filing a petition to the FCC to overturn the law in that state that prevents it from offering internet and video services outside of its electric service area. Blackburn thinks the FCC shouldn't interfere with states' rights. She doesn't seem concerned about states interfering with municipalities' rights to offer broadband services to their own citizens. The House, on July 16th, approved Blackburn's proposal by a vote of 223 to 200. It would still need Senate approval to become law. So it'll probably be stopped there. But we'll see what happens in the Senate after November.
Well, thanks for leaving us on a high note there.
You guys want to get high? Pretty good tally.
So
right?
is that the news?
Yeah.
Jared, that is the news, but we have one remaining order of business when it comes to...
Oh, shit. What?
Gotta close
This
it out. We're
segment.
done, right?
Yes, but wait.
What?
We're not.
Why not?
Because...
What?
This.
Sorry, I think you meant this.
Yes.
Under the Skull. Coming soon.
Yes, indeed. It is coming soon, guys.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Adam,
Hey, is that a thing you can just do to Shane's voice, like on the fly? Can you do it right now?
No, I can't do it. I don't have. It's
Oh,
all. I
sorry.
have to harness computer.
Very angry.
it's computer power.
CPUs?
CPUs, baby.
Can do it.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Could you just do it?
Yes.
All right.
Under the scope. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
All right. The week of July 21st, we got some music coming out.
Do we?
Not much. So last week, Weird Al's newest album came out.
Yep.
This is his last one for Sony, I believe.
I was hanging out with Weirder Al last night.
I thought it was RCA, but
Okay. It's his
Whatever.
last one. He's
yes,
talked about
his
this
last
as his
under his contract.
Yeah.
Then it's like a land grab for comedy music. at
Likely
this
his
point.
last traditional album.
Yeah.
So
He's talked about just putting out music when ad hoc.
when he wants to. One at a time. Two at a time.
that's how you
maybe.
respond to the modern music world and the internet.
Yes.
That's kind of it. Common has an album coming out this week, and a band called Crown of the Empire. I just picked them because they are a metalcore band, and I think metalcore sounds cool as a word, not
But
as a musical genre.
executed poorly.
What is metalcore? What's the defining feature?
It's actually
assume-
talking about the center of our Earth. It's a metal core. It's an iron ball.
Is that one word?
It's true.
It's a one word.
Metalcore. Let's look this up. Wikipedia, of course, has an article.
I can't believe that for a second.
Metalcore is a broad fusion genre of extreme metal and hardcore punk. Okay.
There we go.
Done deal.
Movies. We have some big movies coming out this week.
Really?
Hercules, the movie.
Hercules.
I was wondering if that would happen.
Come on, Cletus. Come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Directed by Brett Ratner.
Oh boy. Is it
Starring-
really?
Yeah.
Oh
No.
boy.
I will be missing that.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Sip.
Rufus Sewell. I always liked him from Dark
Yeah.
City.
He's a good guy.
John Hurt, is that it?
Sure.
Wow.
Is that how you say it?
It's like a
Hurt?
Dreamcast.
It's not Hurt.
So we're not seeing this movie.
Not unless we get free passes,
Yeah.
and even then,
even
it's-
then, this be
it's a tough week for Shane.
Yeah, I got a lot of preparation to do.
Got a lot of prep. Scott got to clean all of his underwear in advance.
Oh, you got The Cabin?
Going cabin.
Gotcha.
Go on camera.
We've got Lucy, the movie by.
Is that this week?
That's this week.
Ooh.
Is
I
that
wanna see
wide
that.
release?
It might be early release. This is what Wikipedia said is coming out this week. This is Luc Besson's
Because I thought that was
new
like
movie.
the 28th. Go ahead.
Don't
Scarlett
let Jared stop
Johansson
you.
and Morgan Freeman star in the movie where Scarlett Johansson doesn't just use 10% of her brain.
Yeah.
A thing that's not a real thing.
I know. I gotta
Drives
stop
Jared
that.
batty.
I'm not the only one. The internet hates it too.
Yep.
Just edit that out. Say 90%. And then
Or don't even do anything
Yeah,
reference to it.
And then she accesses that extra 10% to push her over the top. Boom.
Finally, we have Woody Allen's
Put it
newest
up over
movie,
the cloud, Jared. That's what you do.
Magic in the Moonlight.
Use Bride of Frankenstein.
My girlfriend Emma Stone is in this movie,
Oh yeah.
along with Colin Firth and some
Colin
other people.
Farrell?
I've never. No,
Will Fairley?
Will Ferrell though. Yes, is in this movie.
Sounds good.
The other big release was last week, but it goes into wide release. Well, I guess this weekend that we're currently talking on right
Please
now.
tell us what it is.
Boyhood.
Cannot wait.
Richard Linklater movie. I'm seeing it tonight.
Are you?
Really?
Yeah.
Where's it
I
showing?
really want to see it.
Where's it at?
Uptown
Lagoon?
Theater
Uptown.
here. Yeah.
You're going to see it at the Uptown Theater. It's going to be a terrible experience, by the way. That theater sucks.
I will see it, but I will probably wait till it's on video, just
think it's
because
okay.
there's no reason to see
When
it
we
in the
saw Perks of Being a Wallflower there,
They fixed the sound.
it was torture.
It was
Those
not.
squeaky leather seats.
It was not torture. First of all, so let's.
Yeah, because you had sand in your eyes that whole time.
theater. Last time I was
Wiping
at
the
the
tears
Uptown
away.
proper theater was I saw Blair Witch Project. That's how long
It's
been
way
since I've
different,
been there.
Jared.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's way different.
It's the most different. DVD and Blu-ray. We've got Sabotage, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe skip that one. We've got Single Moms Club, Tyler Perry movie, 16% on Rotten
Wow, it
Tomatoes.
is a big week.
Transcendence, Johnny Depp movie about the singularity,
What's our score?
19%.
Wow.
on
Yeah.
Let's
Rotten
see if we can
Tomatoes.
break that 30%.
And Ginger Snaps. It's a 2000 Canadian horror film from the year 2000.
It's about angry cookies
got-
coming back to.
It's got some sort of cult following. 89%.
Wow.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
On 6 reviews?
I don't know. And yeah, that's every film critic in Canada reviewed it, and so it has all 6 of them.
Yes.
Games. We have Forza Motorsport 5 Racing Game of the Year edition. So this is the Xbox One release of Forza car driving game.
Gotcha.
Oddworld, new and tasty for the PlayStation
Boy,
4.
what dark days for media consumption at this point.
Dog
Ollie
days of summer.
Ollie for Windows, Mac, and Linux. The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 4, the episodic Telltale
There you go.
release.
There's your winner right there.
There's the best game of the week.
And it's depressing. You want to jump off a bridge after you play that game.
I gotta play the first one. I bought
depressing
it. I
as
bought
hell.
it cheap on Steam, but I haven't played it yet.
It gets worse as you go on. Trust me.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
They find it. I'll just spoiler alert. They find a zombie cure at the end, and everybody's happy, and rainbows come out to play.
That seems unlikely.
Yep.
That's The Walking Dead.
And you don't crush an old man's head with a giant brick either. And Unrest comes out with. Did you not do that in yours?
I don't know if I did that or not.
Guys, spoilers.
Yeah, it's okay.
It is okay,
All right.
Jared. Calm down. All right. As your sister would say, calm down.
That's it for coming soon.
Oh, but wait, there is actually one more thing.
Hit it or miss it, hit of the week. Hit it or miss it, miss of the week. Look out!
I'm choosing a miss this week.
A miss?
A miss.
Negative. Adam's going negative. He's going rogue. He's having fun with the buzzers. Adam,
Fuck you, whoever said we don't have enough sound effects.
Jared is really bringing it.
I'm choosing a miss.
Adam has it exactly right.
There we go. I'm picking Heaven is for Real. A movie that I thought was a fucking documentary with solid proof that heaven is real.
But wait.
It's not. It's just a movie about a kid that doesn't die.
So wait, it's not a documentary or heaven isn't real?
I mean, for all we know, both.
Okay.
Everything that I had thought and hoped was crushed.
Did you see
with
this movie?
Sure. Yeah, I saw it.
I thought maybe you saw a sneak preview. You're like, I've got to see this.
Yeah.
Finally. Answers.
Of course, this movie it won't be made in about 4 more years. It would be impossible to ever get made again during Obama's third term when every Christian is persecuted and
it's coming.
No
His
longer,
third term. It's going to be here.
Ship them off to the death camps,
exactly.
right?
So I guess miss it for most people, but hit it if you're worried that this will be the last Christian movie you ever see.
Done.
Under the scope.
Hey, Jay.
What up, S?
You know it, bruh.
Something you want from me?
Yes. I want you to close off this show in an appropriate manner.
Appropriate manner. This is the point in the show where we read or listen to your comments, and we do have a comment this time. The great Luke Ski, he sent in an audio review of a movie he saw recently.
Please.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Born.
And now,
Whoa.
all the positive things that Lukeski has to say about Transformers: Age of Extinction.
That's more sound effects than we've used in 3 shows.
This has been all the positive things Lukeski has to say about Transformers 4. TJ Miller gets a paycheck.
I really liked your guys' review of it, I have to say.
I thought it was great.
You seemed very
upset.
Genuinely. Yeah. I could tell this was it wasn't like, all right, it's a bad movie.
We weren't putting on a show.
Yeah.
Transformers has a long and storied history with the Scope program, so
but
you have to take it seriously.
Well, this review is interesting because Luke has generally been positive about the original 3 films. He's always seemed to find something that he likes. So it's genuinely interesting that he did not find anything to like other than TJ Miller getting a paycheck.
He's finally come around to our point of thinking. And this is probably not the worst of the Transformers movies. It's maybe top 2, but I would argue the second one is worse. That being said, it's torture.
Did it do well money-wise? I didn't even pay attention.
It did, but then it dropped off pretty quickly.
You can say that about every film this summer, though.
Yeah, it's
the only $100 million opener this summer.
It's a shame. And, we picked it as the biggest money maker of the summer, and it probably will be.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting.
Unless Hercules is just blowing the roofs off.
Hercules.
Thank
you, Luke Ski. You're right on point.
Had to switch tabs.
The crowd had to think about, should we clap for him? Yeah, we'll clap for him.
We'll do it.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. The plus sign went up.
We'll do it. We'll come up, clap. Jared.
What's that?
Any other comments?
That is it for comments. If you'd like to write in, you can email us at comments@thescopeshow.com. You can call our voicemail line at 612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673. You can even put together your own custom-produced audio piece and email it to us, just like the great
We like
Ski
that.
did.
Luke, you can use that on your show, by the way. You can absolutely reuse that. We have no problems.
You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr. All those links are at our website at thescopeshow.com. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Again, that link is at thescopeshow.com, your hub for all of the Scope activity.
We're on Tinder now, too.
We are on Tinder?
We are.
Are you representing us there?
Yep.
Are we getting any hookups?
Yeah, we have a lot of
Sweet
a lot of
scope hookups on Tinder.
Slide to the right.
I don't
side.
know how
Right
Tinder
sliding?
works.
Oh, okay.
Have you put your face on Tinder just to see how it works?
Yeah, well, I put it on Grindr on accident. On accident.
On accident, air quotes, Jared.
Did you do this pre or post LASIK?
Well, post.
Yeah.
I told.
Who can look at his ugly face
Well,
with glasses?
hey, we'll talk about that next
episode.
Folks, if you like what we do, you can support us on using the crowdfunding network Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Patreon.com/thescopeshow. You can directly support content creators like us. You can pledge as little as $1 an episode. You can set a monthly cap, or you can cancel anytime. So if you enjoy what we do and you'd like to support us and help us improve the show, think about chipping in. Patreon.com/thescopeshow. This will be interesting. YouTube recently announced that they are doing their own crowdfunding service.
Oh.
So we'll see. I mean, this is definitely a response to Patreon and Subbable. So it'll be functionally, it looks like the same, where people can just pledge X number of dollars per episode or per video or whatever. So I'll be curious to see if that becomes popular or if people stick with the independent services. So we'll see.
Support your local independent
Crowdfunding
Patreon.
Yeah, of course.
Service.
I
only use local Kickstarter, organic local Kickstarters.
Right, locally sourced.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Right. Organically grown.
It's a little more expensive than the non-organically grown.
200-mile
But
range.
It's
only.
worth it.
I like locally sourced bits.
We should find some.
For your coins.
Yeah, I take them, I aggregate them, and I melt them down, form them into coins.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right?
Jared was complaining about the show running long, and now look at him.
Pew! I'm done.
News.
Back
All
to
right.
you.
All right, guys. So I want to thank. Whoa!
Oh,
Remember, if it can't be good, what the hell is going
did you
on?
want me not to do that?
No, I was gonna. We'll work this out. So I want to thank Jared. I want to thank Adam. I want to thank the listeners. Now wrap it up, Jared. Do it. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. See you next time.
See, there's so much more here to talk about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying adios. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.